Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today I want to take a look at this weird frickin' controller. So the story behind this is I'm a big Dragon Quest fan. I really got into role-playing games back on the NES from playing Dragon Warrior 1. Really love the series, and I remember back when the PS2 was out, there was a special Dragon Quest controller that came out. And I was recently thinking about it, and I know I have one. I also had the Dragon Quest 3DS speaker that held the 3DS, and I can't find either of these two items. So I don't know if I got rid of them or if they got lost. Something had happened, so that's what led me to this thing right here. So I've been really into Dragon Quest lately. Dragon Quest XI is an amazing game. Can't wait for it to come out for the Switch. I will replay it then. Recently picked up the Dragon Quest Illustrations book. If you're a Dragon Quest fan, definitely recommended. Kind of light on text, more so just illustrations, but really sweet book, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I got my little slime. You might have seen this guy in a lot of my videos in the background. I remember getting this for like a pre-order item for one of the Dragon Quests on the DS maybe. I don't remember, but I've had this for a long time. I love slimes. So since I couldn't find my PS2 version of this controller, I was looking it up. Like, how much would it cost to buy a new one? And holy crap, they were expensive. But then I seen that they released one for the PS4, and it was like, it's on and cracking. Let me grab one of these. So I haven't opened this yet. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this open. It was shipped to me wrapped in bubble wrap, which, nice, you know, keeping it nice and secure. Hopefully I can get this open here. Oy. But is this like a viable controller for the PS4? Let's get out of here, bubble wraps. I'm pretty sure up here it says I'm like a slime and a controller, because I think I remember like the PS2 version saying something like that, like, hey, I'm a slime and I'm a controller, but I can't read Japanese, so I don't know 100% what that says. But here we go. Let's see how to open this thing. Everything's in Japanese, has a lithium-ion battery. I can't read any of this. I can read that it says Dragon Quest and that it says official licensed product for the PS4, and that it's from Hori. So there we go. My box is a little, man, there's some dings, a little scuffed up. You know what I'm saying? I know this controller's been out for a little while. How do we open this thing? There we go. So this one is wireless. The PS2 one obviously was wired, right? Let's get this thing out of here. Whoa. And just take a look. This thing's a little beastly here. But it does supposed to have all the same buttons and most of the functions that like an original PS4 controller has, minus like motion controls. Doesn't have like the 6-axis. And from what I understand, the R2 and L2, like an original controller or analog on this slime, just can't handle it. Just can't handle it. It's not analog. That's at least from what I have read. So this thing, wow, it's not as heavy as I had thought. There it is. I think there's a stand as well. It's probably inside this thing. So let's see if we can open this up. Let's see what else is included. Okay, and we get a charging cable. That's good. And we get an instruction manual, completely in Japanese, so of no value to me. So I'm sure this is just a regular controller, Bluetooth controller, has turbo functionality, tells you how to use that. I'm gonna have to look that kind of stuff up, but there we go. And then the stand. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's get the stand out. The stand does have Dragon Quest, if you could see that, kind of etched into the plastic, or molded into the plastic. Looks really nice. There's two little cups there because the way it sits, the analog sticks are going to sit in there, so it keeps it protected. That's a good thing. And then inside there's a couple slimes. So that's pretty neat. So you would sit it like that. So, kind of hard with my camera angle, but it sits nicely in there. So if you put it on a shelf, it'll be just like that. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So nice, cheap little stand. It's a hollow stand, nothing to it, no weight to it. And then there we go. We have our touchpad right there. Feels nice. Charging port right there. Our analogs. Our turbo button. Our PlayStation button. Share options. Our traditional X, circle, square, triangle, and our D-pad. And then up here our L1, R1, and then our R2 and L2. From what I've read, these are not analog. They don't feel like it. They just kind of, I mean, they almost look like they could be, but you could feel that they just press. Let's see, how comfortable is this? Wow, this is weird, man. This is definitely a weird little controller. Made by Hori, made in China, it states. Like, everything is made in China. This is not bad feeling in the hands. So that's interesting. We're gonna have to use this and stream with it, I guess. Test it out on some stuff. The eyes there, it's like a little, like they protrude, like they're not just painted on. Same thing with the mouth, like they're their own pieces of rubber, it feels like. I mean, it is. That's kind of interesting the way they did that. That's some quality slime stuff going on right there. This little top right there, but it does fit. Oddly enough, this fits comfortably in the hands, but how likely are you to play like Call of Duty or any of those games with this? The way it curves around the D-pad, like to hold it, it's like if you were just using the triggers and the analogs, it feels fine. But then when you shift over, like the curvature of the slime's butt, and you're putting your hand on the D-pad and these buttons here, it kind of feels a little weird. Like, I don't know. We're gonna have to test this on some games and give a better impression of this. This is really a novelty thing. I don't know. It feels comfortable holding it a certain way, like I said, the analogs with these, but shifting your hand around anywhere else, it starts to feel, yeah, it starts to feel less comfortable. It's just odd, man. I mean, what do you expect from a controller shaped like a slime, looking all slime-like? The build quality's not bad. I'm not getting any separation of the plastic. It is like, looks like the shell is like what? This side's one piece, the back is one piece, and then this part is one piece. So it's like 3 pieces of plastic molded, and it has like this matte texture to it. It's not like extremely smooth. It's smooth, but it's got enough grip where it doesn't, you know, your hands aren't going to slip off of it. So that's kind of neat. If you're a Dragon Quest fan, there you go. Definitely not going to take the place of a standard controller. These are just comfortable as heck. The buttons feel good, the analogs, you can shift your hands around, do whatever you need to do with an original controller. But the cool thing with PS4 controllers is they are Bluetooth. They can be used for a lot of other things. Raspberry Pi running RetroPie, pretty much anything that supports Bluetooth, and then other systems and whatnot with, you know, some of the Bluetooth dongles that allow you to use other controllers. You could use this stuff. So we'll definitely test this bad boy out on, I'm thinking the RetroPie setup, PS4. Maybe we'll even sync it up to the Nintendo Switch, because we can do that with some of the adapters that are out there. So we have a lot of options that we can use this big, weird slime controller on. So there we go. Let me go ahead and grab the, whoa, making a bunch of noise. Let me grab the scale and see how much this weighs real quick. Sorry to keep you waiting the 3 seconds it took to grab this scale. But there we go. Let's turn this thing on. Let's see how much a PS4 controller weighs. We're always weighing stuff, man. We're at 7.7, 7.6 ounces. All right, nice. I'm kind of curious, who weighs more? Get your fat ass on there. Oh wow, 10.4 ounces. So she does have a little more weight to her than, than your standard PS4 controller. If you're a Dragon Quest fan, sure, pick one of these up if you haven't done so already. They've been out there for a while. I'll put a link in the description. The original price was about 90 bucks. I believe, yeah, when you converted the yen to US currency, it was about 90 bucks when this was released. You could still find them out there for around that on Amazon, a little over 90 bucks, eBay, same thing. There's a lot of options out there. So if you're interested, check it out. Otherwise, stay tuned. We will be testing this thing out on a few other systems. I mean, I love Dragon Quest, so I'll have to see what I actually do with this thing. Maybe just play Dragon Quest with it. I don't know, but hey, really appreciate you guys stopping in. Smash that like button. Make sweet ass slime love to that notification bell. And with that said, guys, subscribe, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom. Bye.